Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my page, and welcome to another weekly market update today. So this week the numbers are a little bit different. So I said last week that we expect a little bit of a uptick in sales due to the election being over now and buyers jumping back into the market and wanting to buy things again. And we did see that this past week. Sales are up, prices are up a little bit. We'll see in the numbers here that it looks like we're turning back towards a buyer's market or back towards a seller's market, excuse me. But I don't think that's the case long term. I think that's just a short case term. I think we'll see that over the next week or two. But we'll see what the market actually ends up doing here in the Kenosha area market. And I also have the MLS data that came to me last week. So we're going to review that real quick, probably towards the end of the video here. So stay tuned if you want to see the MLS data, what they came out with for October's numbers. So as usual, we're going to start here with the market action index. This did tick up 1 point to 50. It was at 49 last week. It's at 50 this week. As you can see over here, my page wants to work right. It's at 48.59, so it's at 50. Last week was at 48.58, so up 1 point to 50. Not a huge jump, but a little bit of a jump. Just kind of trending towards that seller's market just a little bit. All that tells me is that there were a few extra houses that sold. Houses are selling a little over asking prices. There are just a few more buyers that kind of jumped on the market and said, you know what, election's over. My guy Trump won. I'm feeling better about the economy. I'm feeling better about home prices. I think the economy is going in the direction that I want it to. So I'm going to jump in the housing market. I'm going to buy a house this week. I think that's kind of what happened. So jumping over here to the median list price. Median list price stayed exactly the same, $300,000. Did not change from the prior week. We did see the median price of new listings. So everything that came on the market last week, it did jump up to $289.9. It went up $10,000. So the week prior it was at $279.9. This week is at $289.9. So not a huge jump. You know, prior weeks we were seeing huge jumps of like $20, $30, $50,000 jumps. So not a huge jump. It's still telling me that the market is definitely cooled. It's not as hot as it has been in prior weeks, but it's a little bit hotter after the election. There's more buyers in the market. More buyers are looking, and sellers are thinking that they can sell their houses for a little bit more money than they have been for the last. So a little bit of a jump here in new listings that are on the market. So if you've seen prices go up the past week here, this is why sellers think that they can get a little bit more money for their house after the election's done. Whether or not they can, I don't know. A house is only worth what a buyer is willing to pay for it. Price per square foot, this actually dropped a little bit. It's at $192 now. It was at $193 last week, so not much of a drop. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Average days on market is at 70. It was at 67 last week. Not a huge drop, not a huge jump there, but again, another sign that we're heading towards a neutral market. Even though prices are going up, days on market is still going up. Median days on market, again, the number that I like to watch, the median days on market is still at 35. It was at 35 last week, so no change there. It's just telling me that houses are still selling fairly quickly. You know, 35 days on market is a pretty normal market. It's not a super fast market. It's not a super slow market. A month on market is pretty normal. It's not really a seller's market. It's not really a buyer's market. It's kind of a neutral market. Houses are still selling pretty quickly, but they're not taking forever to sell. A month on market is pretty normal. It's pretty much a neutral market. So this is pretty average for a healthy market right now. Price decreases did jump a little bit. They're up to 46%. They're up from 42% last week. So that just tells me that sellers are having trouble selling their houses for whatever reason. Some of the houses have been in the market for a little bit longer. They've decided to drop their prices, trying to entice more sellers or more buyers to come look at their houses. Sellers are getting a little more impatient. Maybe these houses have been in the market for a little bit longer, so maybe they've been on the market for 40, 50, maybe even 60 plus days. So they're dropping their prices to try and entice more buyers to come look at their houses. So that's all that the price decreases is telling me. Again, this number, this 46%, is really high for any kind of market. Whether we're in a buyer's market or a seller's market or a neutral market, I would really rather see this price decreases closer to like 15%. This is really high for a price decrease in any kind of market. Price increases, 0%. We like to see that. We don't like to see price increases because that just is a really weird number to see at anything other than 0%. Relisted is at 14%. This is pretty good. I'd rather see this closer to 5 or 10%, but 14% isn't bad. It is no change from last week of again 14%. A little bit higher from last week, but not anything huge. It was at 14.13 last week. It's at 13.79 this week. So a little bit of a decline. So nothing drastic though. It's still right around that 14% mark. So again, relisted is just, the house expired or it didn't sell for whatever reason. Maybe it was priced too high. Maybe buyers just didn't like it for whatever reason. Maybe it was in a neighborhood that buyers didn't like. Maybe it needed too much work and then it expired. It came off the market and the seller either relisted with the same agent or they picked a new agent to relist it with. And they put it back on the market. So now the house is back on the market again, and it's included in this median price of new listings here. So it's back on the market as a relisted house in this past week. Inventory actually dropped a little bit to 87. So again, this is not to be unexpected because after the election, I did hear a lot of people, both sellers and buyers, telling me that they expected to jump back in the market after the election to buy a house or sell their house. So to see inventory drop after the election is not unexpected. I'm actually kind of surprised it didn't drop even more, but it's not unexpected after the election. But that's still a lot of inventory to have just in the city of Kenosha. So again, this report is just for the city of Kenosha, but 87 active houses that I have just in the city of Kenosha is a lot of inventory to have in just the city of Kenosha. Again, if you look at all the county of Kenosha, we still have over 150 houses in the county of Kenosha. That's a lot. That's a lot of inventory in the county of Kenosha. It's still below where we should be for this time of year, but it's quite a few houses to pick from right now. If you watch my channel and you're a renter, rent prices, it didn't really change very much. It was at $2,098 last week. It's at $2,000 this week. So not much of a change, $100 change. Again, that market action number is at 50. So this median list price, I did it for a year. I started at January 5th of this past year, 2024, and then I went all the way to this week, November 15th. So year to date, you can see median list price, how it increases over the summer, to be expected, and then it kind of peaks here, September 13th, kind of that end of summer, just before Labor Day, just before the end of summer there. And then it kind of flattens out a little bit here before the end of September, before October hits. And then it starts to decline as we get into the winter months and the colder season, as people start to hibernate, I guess you could say. They don't want to go out and look at houses. They don't want to put their house on the market. They want to wait till spring, kind of the typical what people like to do real estate wise. And then we also have the election mixed in here too, so people didn't want to do anything during the election time. But as you can see here, we have this drop off and it's continuing to head down here. I expect this trend to keep heading down. Median list price, it'll probably keep heading down to, I'm thinking, probably right around this range here that we're at now, and it'll probably just kind of flatten off. It'll stay in this flatten off range right around where it is right now until the spring, and it'll start to go up again. I don't expect prices to go down too much more just because houses continue to appreciate in value, and I don't think our market is heading towards a buyer's market or anything like that, but you never know. We'll see what happens. Prices for our market right now, we'll start here in the lower market here. So this is like like $200,000 and less, there were 3 houses for sale and 5 that sold. So this is a deficiency in the market right now. More houses sold than what were listed, and they have an average days on market of 31. The next price range up, I would say this is like $300,000. Between $200,000 and $300,000, there were 6 new listed and 3 that sold for an average days on market of 35. Next, I would say this is like $400,000 to $300,000. There were 4 new listed and 4 that sold and 2 that listed for an average days on market of 35. And then the big boys here, $500,000 and up, there was 1 that sold and 3 that listed for an average days on market of 56. Apparently guys like these videos because my last video last week has over 60 views and it keeps climbing. So I will keep doing these videos every week for you guys. If you guys would like me to do more of a county-wide video, drop it down here in the comments. Let me know. I can do a Kenosha County video for you guys. Maybe a different city, maybe a different county for you guys. Let me know. I'd be happy to do that. Maybe an additional video during the week. And then I promise you the MLS numbers here. So these are the MLS numbers here for the October. So October, this is how the MLS sends us the numbers. This is just for the city of Kenosha. The change in new listings for October, we had an increase of new listings of 11.4%. This is year over year is how they do this. So there were 11.4% more listings October 2024 over October 2023. And median sales price went up 13.5% October to October. And then it breaks down even further by numbers here. There were 88 new listings in October of 2024 compared to 79 in October of 2023. And closed sales, there were 76 in October 2024 and 76 in October 2023 for no change. Not kind of surprising there, but not a huge surprise. Now this right here, this is what's getting a lot of people. You know, a lot of people say there's a market crash coming. This kind of solidifies that there's no market crash coming. This shows how much prices are appreciating year over year. If you look at October of 2023, prices were at like 248, let's say 250. And now prices in October of 2024, they're basically 280,000 for an average price in the city of Kenosha. Percent of original list price received, this is actually going down year over year. They're only getting 98.2% of list price received, whereas opposed to last year in October, they were getting almost 100% of list price received. So again, this is pointing toward more towards a neutral market in the Kenosha area. Will that continue? I think it will, but only time will tell. Nobody has that crystal ball, so we'll see what happens. Days on market until sale in October of 2024, it was 20. October of 2023, it was 17. So again, signs that are pointing towards a cooling market. Inventory of single family residences, there's 117 in October as compared to 105 in October 2023. So that's the increase of 11.4%. And condos, if you're a condo shopper, I don't do condos every week, but that is an option. If you guys like condos, drop it down in the comments. I can do condos for you guys as well. There were 18 condos in October of 2024 compared to 19 in 2023. That's a decrease. And then they have these fancy little charts here and stuff for us. So that's what the MLS mails out to us every month about how the market is doing. It's not a huge insight of the market, just kind of a little snapshot of what the market's doing. But this is a lagging indicator of what the market's doing. It tells us what the market has done the past month. But this is kind of what all the news outlets go by. This is what they report on. This is what they tell everybody the market's doing. I prefer my market updates because this is what the market's doing in real time. This is what it was doing, this past week. and this is where it's going. This kind of tells us more of where it's going. That's why I prefer my market updates. Hope you guys found this information informative. If you did, make sure you hit that like button for me. It really does a lot to... Oh, that's kind of cool. That's new. Make sure you hit that like button for me. It really does a lot to help YouTube push my video to more people, and it helps me out. If you guys like more content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. It'll notify you every time that I drop a new video, at least twice a week. I hope that you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.